few of them. And we will save these wagers. Notice there's no send a book or send a review because you're just saving them locally within the application. So we'll do that. They're all completed. They passed the rules. It still checks it against policy. So that's completed. We'll go back to the wager manager. Open wagers tab. Green is currently winning. Yellow is currently pushing, and red is currently losing. These X's, they allow you to delete these wagers just as if you had written it down on a piece of notebook paper wrong. You can change it. You can scratch it and start over. Obviously, these you cannot delete. They're placed directly with the book. You can't change them. He can't either. In progress, you can come here anytime that there's games being played, and all your in progress games, wagers will be listed here. We're doing calculations here with difference. With football games, it'll show you the pace. At any time you can hit this games in progress and see with all the leagues what is currently being played. You can filter it by league. Now let's go over to the book application. We'll go into the wager manager. For the demo player, this exactly matches what's on the player open screen, except for the wagers that were recorded manually. They haven't been recorded yet on the book, so everything matches up. That still needs to happen. There's nothing in progress or closed for this player. Just to give you an idea, player 1 here, a lot of green, a lot of red. You can get a summary, you can detail, you can get more specific. Filtering, you can move into balances. These amounts match as they should. You can create a transaction as in receipt, paying, make an adjustment. You can look at daily amounts. Have a breakdown. You can print this out. And now we will go into the all-important line monitor. This is where all the wagers come in, and this is where you broadcast your lines to your players. Notice some of these are checkmarked, some are uncheckmarked. The ones that are checkmarked are following the GameDay Payoff feed. The ones that are unchecked, you are manually adjusting. And what this is doing is giving you a range for each offering what the line was. And the amount wagered right here, if there was an amount here with the Buffalo Bills, that amount would be to the left. That would be like 244, and then this amount would be the out of balance portion. For the out of balance portion, notice up here we have $250 for any wager that's out of balance by $250 or more. It'll highlight the whole row in red, bringing it to your attention that you might want to do something with the line. Right here, $500 getting out of balance would take the game off the board. Given that you probably want to be up and running 24/7, 365, something you can't do without game day, but you can with it. You might be sleeping, you might be out, you can still have this up and running, and if a game gets out of balance by over $500, it'll broadcast a line that's OTB, meaning it's off the board. For demonstration purposes, I will change a line and see how quick it shows up on the player application. We'll change that from 37 to 38. We'll hit OK and move over to the player application. And there you see it. It immediately turned red and changed from 37 to 38. It changes into red to let the player know that that line has changed since they've been on the screen, and this line has been broadcast to every single player, and it was done instantaneously. Now let's go back to the book application. Going into policy, it should be noted that you can have default policy that applies to everyone, or you can have player customization. You can give each player, if you want, different odds, different rules, different offerings, different limits, and that's an important feature to have depending on the broad spectrum of players that you probably have for you. As soon as you make a change, you can hit OK and apply, and then as you saw earlier on the player application, that notification will come up in the lower right, and when they open up their policy, it's literally going to be changed, and that's going to be the wage acceptance criteria that you also saw earlier when they were placing the wage directly with the book. So that is the overview of how GameDay Payoff can help benefit you in your sports wagering. Thank you.